Welcome, Senator Smith, and thank you so much for meeting with us this morning. My name is Casey Arndt, and I'm with Audubon, California. Today, we have Audubon members who are constituents of your district, and they are really excited to meet with you this morning. Before we begin, is there anything you'd like to say to start us off?
Well, thank you. I always love hearing from Audubon, especially from Audubon members in my district. My mom was actually a big birder and a lifelong Audubon member. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say today.
Great. Well, I'd like to start by introducing our participants. I'll call on each of our members to introduce themselves. Mike, you're first.
Thank you. Good morning, Senator. My name is Mike Lyons. I'm a constituent, and I'm with Mount Diablo Audubon Society.
And Molly?
Good morning, Senator. I'm Molly Meadowlark from Golden Gate Audubon. I actually live right outside of your district across the county line, but Golden Gate Audubon has many members in your district. So thank you so much for meeting with us today.
Thanks, Molly. Now, Senator, since you are familiar with Audubon, you already know that we have chapters all over the state and that we are working at the local, state, and even the federal level to conserve birds in their habitats, build climate resilience, and expand access to nature, as well as its benefits for everyone. We'd like to talk to you about a few of these priorities today. Mike.
Thank you. Senator, this morning I wanted to talk to you about Assembly Bill 30 from Assemblymember Ash Kalra. AB 30 will make it the policy of the state that every Californian should have safe and affordable access to nature and to outdoor activities. It directs agencies with programs related to outdoor activities to incorporate this policy into their programs and grants. During the pandemic, nature has been a refuge and a source of health for millions of Californians, from watching birds through their windows to getting out and walking through their neighborhoods. Lower income areas and communities of color are already located in some of the most polluted sections of American cities, where they bear a disproportionate share of environmental health risks from things like refineries, power plants, and other industrial activity. Lower income areas and communities of color are also 3 times more likely to lack immediate access to nature or to live in nature-deprived communities. AB 30 is an important step forward for the state in recognizing that all Californians deserve equal access to nature and its benefits, and to reducing exposures to environmental health hazards among people of color and folks that live in disadvantaged communities. AB 30 also furthers Governor Newsom's executive order, in which he committed for the state to conserve 30% of its lands and water for nature by 2030, and to expanding equitable access to the outdoors for all. AB 30 not only puts forth a policy of the state, but it tells agencies they need to incorporate that policy into their programs and grants to make sure there's real action on the ground. We ask that you support AB 30 when it comes to the Senate floor later this month. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Molly, you're up next.
Thank you. Assembly Bill 2382 from Assemblymember Lee would save starlight from migratory birds by requiring state-owned and operated buildings to install light fixtures that reduce unnecessary light pollution at nighttime. You might not know that every day in the United States, at least 1 million birds die due to building or structure collisions related to this outdoor night lighting. 70% of birds in North America migrate, and 80% do so at nighttime. So artificial night light pulls birds off their migratory routes, it disrupts their feeding behaviors, and it causes these collisions with buildings. Thankfully, a study found that reducing artificial nightlight by half can result in about 60% fewer bird collisions, which is great news. It really works. So this bill limits lighting to promote the safe passage for birds so they can migrate by the stars. And electrical engineers testified in the Assembly Natural Resources Committee that lighting fixtures that reduce light pollution will also save the state money. So we have this win-win-win-win. We can reduce light pollution, conserve energy, save taxpayer money, and help migratory birds and other wildlife with AB 2382. So we strongly encourage you to support it.
Thank you so much, Molly. Senator, do you have any questions or concerns about the couple of issues we've raised this morning?
No, it all sounds great. I'm a big supporter of parks, and I know how important it is for our kids to get outdoors and experience nature. It sounds like you've also given the lighting issue a lot of thought. I can see that it might be a bit expensive to actually implement. What has the administration said?
Thank you for that question. Our policy team is continuing to work on this bill, and I am sure they are talking to the administration. I will let them know you asked this question and ask them to follow up directly with you.
Great, much appreciated. I don't have any more questions at the moment. Thank you so much for taking the time to set this up.
Thank you, Senator. Before we end today, we would love to invite you on a bird walk with our chapters. We can coordinate with your office on this.
That sounds great.
Also, before we close out, would you mind if we grabbed a quick screenshot?
Of course.
Wonderful. Okay, everyone, on the count of 3, big smiles. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you again, Senator, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you.